Hello guys, I am coming to you from my living room. Sorry it's a little dark. Actually, it's my dining room slash living room slash kitchen because it's really small. But that's not why you're here. You're here for your audio reading of your exam. So just a reminder, you go to modules to find your exam. Another reminder, you're going to do the modified biotech exam. This one's going to come up for you. You're just going to ignore that. I'll exempt you from it. This is the score. This is the one that you're going to be scored on. Okay, so we are going to preview it. Remember, you can use this audio of your read aloud, and you can also use your notebook to help you answer these questions. But here we go. Question number 1. And pause me. I'm going to have to go through these kind of quickly because I have a 15-minute time limit, but pause me after each question to answer and then move on. So, which is a way the agricultural biotechnology industry could have a positive impact on the environment? By reducing the need for countries to import food, or by making robots to replace large farm machines? Question number 3. Which of these careers would a student studying biotechnology most likely pursue? Electrical engineering, astronomy, agricultural research. Which of these careers would a student studying biotechnology most likely pursue? Question 3. How has a genetic modification most likely affected the safety and availability of fruits and vegetables? It has decreased the safety and availability of fruits and vegetables, or it has increased the safety and availability of fruits and vegetables. Question number 4. Which is an application of genetic engineering? Producing cells from non-living material, destroying all bacteria, or creating synthetic insulin? Which is an application of genetic engineering? Question number 5. Which is most likely the earliest way biotechnology was studied by humans? Breeding better varieties of crops and livestock, or finding evidence of crimes? Which was most likely the earliest way biotechnology was studied by humans? Question number 6. To help meet the world's demand for food, which biotechnological process is most likely to be used by agricultural industries? The use of transgenic or GMO crops, or crop rotation? To help meet the world's demand for food, which biotechnological process is most likely to be used by agricultural industries? Question number 7. Which would least likely be a result of biotechnology in agriculture? Remember here, agriculture means farming. Decrease in amount of land use for farmland, or increase in soil erosion? Which would least likely be a result of biotechnology in agriculture? David tests a small amount of a new drug developed at a laboratory to make sure it meets the Food and Drug Administration standards. Which is most likely David's occupation? Teacher, ecologist, pharmaceutical technician. Question number 9. What type of science allows us to alter the DNA of a corn plant so that it will contain more protein? Ecology, biotechnology, or geology? Question number 10. Biofuels are created from organic plant matter through various biotechnology processes. The biofuels produced can be used to power many types of vehicles people use for transportation. Which best represents a potential economic benefit for North Carolina based on the production of biofuels? The production of biofuels will stimulate competition in the petroleum industry, or family-owned North Carolina farms can become producers of the crop needed to manufacture biofuels. Question number 11. Which best describes a North Carolina industry that has experienced tremendous growth or large growth and development over the past 30 years? Furniture making, textiles, or biotechnology? Question number 12. Bioremediation is an application of biotechnology designed to use microbes to clean up polluted water and soil. Which best describes the potential economic benefit of using bioremediation, bioremediation in a North Carolina coastal town experiencing the effects of an oil spill? I'm going to read that again. Bioremediation is an application of biotechnology designed to use microbes to clean up polluted water and soil. Which best describes the potential economic benefit of using bioremediation in a North Carolina coastal town experiencing the effect of an oil spill? Water and land area will be cleaned of oil, encouraging tourists to continue to visit the town. The microbes will be produced by colleges, bringing costs of tuition down. Which best describes a potential economic benefit of using bioremediation in a North Carolina coastal town experiencing the effects of an oil spill? That's a kind of confusing one, so you might want to go back and reread the question. Question number 13. Which best describes how using engineered crops can impact the economy of North Carolina? Decreased availability of productive land, increased jobs in the field of agriculture, or increased crop yields and income for farmers? Which best describes a potential economic benefit to the rural areas of North Carolina? Biotechnology can help farmers develop disease-resistant crops. Biotechnology can help farmers advertise and sell their produce through the internet. Biotechnology can help make the harvesting process less efficient. Question number 15. How does building new technology or new research facilities in North Carolina most directly impact the economy? The state's budget debt is decreased due to construction costs of new buildings, or the number of available jobs is increased. Question 16. Stem cells from a donor are cultured and then implanted into a person with Alzheimer's disease. Why is this procedure most likely considered controversial? The patient did not give consent. There is insufficient supply of donor cells. There is an increased risk of infection, or there are associated ethical and moral issues. Why is this procedure most likely considered controversial? Question 17. Through the use of biotechnology, cotton crops have been developed so they are resistant to the boll weevil. What would be the most likely effect in North Carolina? Each acre of land would have a higher yield of cotton, or less cotton would be grown and harvested. Which would be the most likely effect in North Carolina? Question 18. Which could be a serious negative effect of introducing genetically altered species into the general environment? The environment could have too many species to support, causing the species to find new habitats, or the diversity could be lost because the genetically altered species would all be similar. Question 19. What statement is true of genetically altered foods? Genetically altered foods can effectively increase the human food supply, but should be clearly labeled, allowing free choice in consumption. Or, no human should ever eat a genetically altered food product until further testing is done. Which statement is true? Question 20. What aspect of agricultural biotechnology most benefits farmers and society? Increased knowledge of disease and genetically modified plants, increased profits for the economy, or increased crop yields for the farmers and society? What is an ethical issue surrounding the use of genetically modified plants? The number of plants produced, or the long-term effects on the environment? Question 22. Why is the number of biotechnology careers most likely increasing across the U.S.? They are an inexpensive way to provide new food products and medicines. That's not the answer because it's restating the question. Why is the number of biotechnology careers most likely increasing across the U.S.? Or they are simple careers to learn. DNA analysis performed by a forensic scientist on blood found at a crime scene is compared to the DNA analysis of 4 suspects as shown below. Which suspect was most likely present at the crime scene? Suspect, oops, sorry, didn't mean to do that. I'm not giving you any kind of clues. Didn't mean to do that. Don't know how to make it go away. Suspect B, Suspect C, or Suspect D? Which suspect was most likely present at the crime scene? Which process describes how many purebred dogs have been produced? Crossbreeding, cloning, or selective breeding? Biotechnology uses Question 25. Biotechnology uses a procedure called genetic engineering, which best describes genetic engineering. Cutting out a piece of DNA from an organism under a microscope, making artificial DNA in the laboratory from chemicals, or adding DNA from one organism into the DNA of another. Question 26, and here starts our free response answers, so please type incomplete sentences. It's in there in the directions. So, what was our short and easy definition of biotechnology? 1 point for definition, 1 point for using correct grammar and spelling. Question 27. The use of biotechnology is debated among scientists and citizens alike. Please give me 1 benefit of biotechnology and 1 risk of biotechnology learned in class. You get 1 point for listing a benefit, writing a benefit in a sentence, 1 point for writing a risk in a complete sentence, and 2 points for using correct spelling and grammar. One of the benefits of me giving you points for using correct spelling and grammar is that even if you get the question wrong, if you have the correct spelling and grammar, you are still going to earn points for the question. So please, it's beneficial to you to use correct spelling and grammar. Question 28. Take a stance on the use of genetic modifications on organisms. Tell me, what is a GMO? Do you support it? And tell me why or why not use scientific evidence learned in class to support your claim. You get 1 point for your definition of genetically modified organism. You get 1 point for giving me your stance, yes or no, do you support it? You give me 1 point for evidence supporting the claim, and you get 1 point for having correct spelling and grammar. And that is the end of the test. I do believe, though, that this question right here is actually going to be deleted. I will delete that. It's confusing, and I don't think the right answer is there anyways. So I'll delete that. Question 22 won't be on there. That means all these will be numbered a little bit differently, but they should still go in order for you. All right, guys, have a good day.